Hello, how are you? This is Andy. We're going to talk about talking to associates. Usually, those associates are going to be 2 to 5 years of experience. This is volume one. So, when we're cold calling associates, the first thing that we need to think about is what is their role in the process. So, partners interface with clients, they talk about budgets, they're managing what they call the legal spend, right? That's the total amount of dollars the client wants to spend on the case. And that legal spend will have to be split up between the real attorney work done by the law firm and the eDiscovery work done by the vendor. The partner is going to care about that. That'll come in a different episode. Today, we're going to talk about associates. When you call them, call a litigation associate, why would they want to talk to you? So let's go through it and see what we've got. So usually that associate is going to be 2 to 5 years of experience. They're not going to be a first year. It's going to be their first year. They just look at documents, do document review, or kind of just working on things. And then the second to fifth year, they'll start getting assigned by a partner to like run the operational elements of a case. So let's take a look. Here come our associate objections. So they're going to say, I'm not the decision maker. You should talk to the practice support department. You should call the office administrator, right? They're not the ones who are signing the proposals. Usually by the time it gets to them in a case, they're just using whatever tool or whatever vendor's been chosen. So you get the objection. I'm not the decision maker. You should talk to practice support or call someone else. Your response would be, thanks, John. I understand. In my experience, attorneys in your position are generally responsible for the performance, the quality, the review and production deadlines on the case. Those are things that'll be critical to the partner who's responsible ultimately for managing the client's legal spend and focused on profit for the firm. And in a lot of cases, the discovery costs can be exorbitant. And as a result of that, managing properly the discovery spending, right, can actually affect the real legal spend. That's where and then after you give him that piece, there'll be a pause. Maybe he'll interact with you. Maybe he'll have some commentary. Your position would then, he's still going to be objecting. Well, yeah, I mean, that may be true, but I'm not sure. And you'd be like, I understand, which is why I wanted to share how we're leveraging our process and our technology solutions so that when I talk to the practice support person, I just want to be really sure that the things you care about, right? The things in the process, the things in the technology, the different tools that are being used in, I want to really understand what's important to you, what you found to be successful. And I think I can also give you some exposure to some of the things maybe you haven't seen before. That's why I wanted to share with you how we're leveraging our process and technology. So when I talk to them, I'll be able to articulate to them your interest. Does that make sense? The point here is you want to be able to explain to them why they're 15 minutes with you, understanding what it is they're doing and what's important to them. And that even though they're not the final decision maker, it's important that you want to get access to what's important to them and show them some other things that other people are doing at big firms so that they can grow their knowledge, right? Eventually, they're going to become a partner, right? Or that's the goal. They want to be on a partner track and managing the discovery, doing a great job. They have to do a great job for their partner. And that generally means doing a high quality job, but also controlling the cost so that the firm can spend most of the legal spend on the law firm work as opposed to the e-discovery work. What types of things are we doing? So like we want to be able to give specific examples. So here's some three pretty standard ones that are kind of interesting and some cool things that our clients are doing. So now he's listened to your pitch and he's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And maybe you just need to reinforce with him. That's why I just wanted to spend 15 minutes with one of our technologists so that we could kind of just show you how we're doing the technology. We've got some really cool custom processes beyond predictive coding. When we say beyond predictive coding, we mean predictive coding is like the standard in the industry, right? Like everyone's doing it, everyone understands how it works. But outside of that, inside of TAR, right? When we talk about TAR, technology assisted review, there's a lot of other different technology tools we can use that can accelerate the review, increase the quality of the review, make it better. And let me give you some examples of those. So in my talk track, I'd go back to, we're doing a number of custom processes by leveraging technology. We're doing some cool things like we have an automated redaction tool for PII, or personally identified information, which means you identify it once and the computer can push it out to the entire set. We're finding that thread suppressed review, where we just look at the last in time or the most inclusive email, can accelerate the review because you only look at that inclusive email and then all the other emails have already been reviewed. We can just push out the coding, the responsiveness coding back onto those documents. And a cool way that we're just speeding up that a lot of people aren't doing for both quality control and for batching, right, to accelerate review, is we try and group similar content together by leveraging the indexes, right, to determine similar documents. We put those in the same group. And then, as you can imagine, the document reviewers, because their mindset doesn't have to change and they can be consistent in their mindset, they're reviewing a lot faster. And again, John, the reason we do all these different things is we're trying to control the discovery spend, right? To control spend just on document review or on vendors just like us, so that you guys can spend the client resources or the client legal spend on doing a better job of the legal work because you have more time to do it. Again, when we're talking to these guys, what we're talking about is making their lives easier. They work 100 hours a week, right? They're super tired, right? So we just want to make sure that we're leveraging these custom processes in a good way to help them. So again, to reiterate, in a talk track situation, I do it like this. He would say, I'm not the one. I totally appreciate that. The reason I'm contacting you is I have found that usually associates or attorneys in your position are responsible for the quality of the case, the output, hitting the discovery deadlines, right? And you're reporting up to the partner, right, to make sure everything's happening the way it's anticipated and along the plan. And we're doing a number of custom processes, leveraging technology. So we're going like beyond predictive coding, and we do little things that, I just like to show you. I don't know if you have, maybe you have familiarity, but I'd like to show you how we're leveraging them. We do things like automated redaction for PII or for other content. We do thread suppressed review or inclusive review, where the attorney reviewers can just look at the last document in a thread, and then they can push the coding out from that last document. So you could imagine if there are 10 documents over the thread, only you have to review the last one, and now we've effectively reviewed the other 9. We have a custom workflow so that you can do it that way and push it back against the other documents to reduce the amount of document checks you have to look at and do it defensively. And near duplicates is really powerful, both for quality control and for batching. We found that if we can bring together similar content, near duplicate content, put those in the same batches, our attorneys are to review significantly faster, sometimes 2 times, sometimes 3 times the speed, and do it in a defensible way. That's why I just like to share it with you, John. Pick your brain. I was hoping you'd have some time so I could kind of show you what we're doing and get some insights into what's important to you. Okay. Again, just a couple of ways that you can reiterate it, but it's all going to end up in asking for a commitment at the end, right? Of why. He's still going to be in a position where he's like, I'm not a decision maker. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not sure I'm the right person to talk to. Got to get this hand out of here. I understand, John. I really appreciate it. Thanks for chatting with me today. Maybe this is not a great time for you this week or next week. What I'd like to do is, just find some time so I can show you, give you some quick information about what we're doing. I know that because you're working on the strategy discovery workflow, I'm confident RDAs can help you, right? Give the partner some creative ways to control the budget so that you guys can focus on doing the real attorney work as opposed to just like the discovery or review work. So, John, I think in 15 minutes, I could do a quick demo and, answer some questions, but definitely show you some cool ways we're leveraging technology so that you can control the strategy and discovery workflow better. And then when you're reporting into the partner, right, the client usually has like a legal spend of X amount, right? That's what they're anticipating for the whole case. And if you can transfer those resources from discovery into the actual real legal work, I think that's a win-win for both your firm, for you personally, and also for your partner. I understand, John. Would it be okay? Could I just send you some quick information? I have a case study and take a look at it when you get a chance. You could use it for like weekend reading for fun, I'm sure, right? Or when you get a chance, just some insightful things of how we're working on, cases just like you specialize in antitrust or FCPA or whatever it is that they have, right? We work on a lot of FCPA, we work on a lot of Hacks Waxman, we work on a lot of other things. So when you get a chance, maybe we could just give you some insight, 15 minutes, give you some insight into what we're doing on other cases for clients who are in a similar situation to yours. Maybe I'll send you that information, and then maybe in the next couple of weeks, maybe we could get together with some of the other associates or some other people who might be interested. Maybe we could do a lunch and learn with some of you or the others. Would you let me send that information? Would you let me do that? That's it. Hopefully that was a little bit helpful. You'll probably have to watch this a couple times, right? But generally, that's what we're talking about when we're talking to associates, 2 to 5 years of experience. They're the ones who are running the discovery case. So let's take a look at it. And hopefully, this would be helpful in honing your talk tracks. I'll be working with you guys again soon. Peace.